Hello guys, welcome to my channel. And to be honest, this is the question to which I have been looking for answers to. And the question is, where is Runtown? We all knew that Runtown was one of the biggest artists from 2012 down to 2017. He did big collaborations, and of course in 2016, I think in 2016, 2015, Runtown released Mad Over You, which went global. The song was one of the biggest songs of that year, and we're surprised. After his feature with Nasty C, there was a decline in Runtown's name, and gradually, he faded out of the scene. So this is 3-4 years now, and I'm asking the question to which you are asking, where is Runtown? So I came across a video that titled "How Runtown Destroyed His Career with One Mistake." So I'd like to get some insights, and I know you want to get those insights too. So without further ado, let's check it out. Let's see what the video says about Runtown. Maybe it will give us some answers to our question. Let's go.
On the 4th of November 2016, Runtown dropped Mad Over You, and surprisingly, the song went viral to become the biggest song of his career. With over 160 million views on YouTube, there was no denying the fact that the song was indeed everywhere. Because of how big Mad Over You was, Runtown was now being compared to the likes of Wizkid and Davido, who at that time were considered the two biggest African superstars.
That's true. Davido and Wizkid were like the two big names out there, biggest exports from Nigeria that were repping Africa and Afrobeats. Then Burna Boy had not skyrocketed, his career had not blossomed and exploded into the forefront to which Burna Boy is now. So let's listen.
Runtown went on tour, performing in different cities across the world. In terms of awards, Mad Over You won several awards, including the Song of the Year at the 2018 Headies Award. The stage was set. Runtown was supposed to become the next big pop star out of Africa. We have seen instances where artists like Tyler and Burna Boy blew up at the international stage because of just one of their songs. Tyler went viral and even won a Grammy because her song Water went viral on TikTok. Burna Boy became a force to be reckoned with internationally because his 2018 song Yeah went viral and pulled in millions of streams. But unlike these guys that I just mentioned, Runtown had multiple songs that went viral. After Mad Over You, he dropped songs like For Life, Painkiller, Energy, and so many more, all of which pulled in millions of views across different streaming platforms. So when you try to compare, the odds were actually in Runtown's favor. But while we were all expecting Runtown to take over the world, while we were all expecting him to take Afrobeat to the next level, he completely disappeared from the spotlight. Musically, he was nowhere to be found. He looked
Like, to be honest, the video has even given more insights to more hit songs than Runtown has had at that time. He had so many big songs. I remember being in the university in my final here, and Runtown, Timaya, MI, they came to perform in Uniport, and I was just feeling Runtown. The guy came with money and he sprayed money to the crowd. So, I really want to know what happened. What really happened to Runtown? Let's continue.
through his Twitter page showed that the last time he made a post online was on the 16th of September 2023. Fans online are now asking the obvious question, where on earth is Runtown? I am also asking the question because I have no idea what happened to Runtown. But in order to answer this question, we have to take a look back to the early stages of his career. Runtown started his career as a musician a very long long time ago. His debut song was released in 2007, and despite being a solo artist, Runtown was getting attention and exposure. There was no need for him to sign a deal with any record label. According to Runtown himself, his friends were not in support of him making such decision. But Runtown was not satisfied. He was not happy with the pace at which his career was moving. In his moments of doubt, an opportunity to sign a deal with Eric Money Records presented itself, and despite the fact that his friends had initially warned him, Runtown went ahead and signed the deal in 2014. But after just a few months, Runtown realized that he had just made the biggest mistake of his career. Runtown traveled to London for vacation, but upon returning to Nigeria, his label boss pulled a gun on him, questioning why he traveled out of the country without seeking permission from the record label first.
That's like some Shook Knight type of thing. Pull a gun on him? Really? In 2014? That means, because, wow. This is the first time I'm hearing about Runtown's label saga. This is even worse because it means that he had some really life-threatening situations going on with the label boss. For him to pull a gun on Runtown, that's on that level of it.
When I got back, I went to Mr. Dilly's house and he started ranting and asking why did I travel. I told him that it is just London and that the contract I signed does not state that I cannot have personal travels. The next thing he did was to pull out a gun and threaten me. I felt scared and confused. I did not go to London to do a show. I simply went there for my vacation. But this was only just the beginning. The main reason why Runtown signed the deal in the first place was because he expected the label to push and promote his song. This is what record labels are known to do, by the way. But in Runtown's case, the scenario was quite different. They did not support or promote his songs in any way. Runtown had to use.
A lot of artists have gone through a massive decline because of record label issues. Sometimes it's not that they have a bad boss, but there's just not an agreement between the artist and the label. You've seen cases where artists have to pull out from their record label and try to stand alone and it didn't work out for them. We've seen other cases where artists left their label and they blossomed like a flower. For example, Kiss Daniel left his label I think 2-3 years ago. Bloomed like a flower because Daniel, it drops hits when he wants to drop it. Wizkid left his record label a long time ago, and immediately left his record label, man flew through the skies. Like he became, right now he's one of the biggest artists out of Africa. And we have some other cases, but man, this is so serious that there's a label issue with Runtown. I never knew about this, but let's continue.
His own personal money to pay for studio sessions and also pay for video shoots. The sad part in all of this is that when the songs do well, the label will take a large chunk of the profit and leave Runtown with basically nothing. The label made no investment in Runtown, but when it is time to take profit, they will take 80 to 90% of everything. After enduring all this harsh treatment for years, Runtown made up his mind to leave, and in 2016, he attempted to terminate his contract with Eric Money Records. The label was not ready to let Runtown leave, so they took the matter to court, and this was how Runtown's legal battle with the label began. After
A legal battle with Eric Money Records since 2016. Wow.
several months of legal battle, the court finally ruled in Runtown's favor, declaring him free to pursue his music career without any obligations to Eric Money. Runtown was finally free. He established his own independent record label which he called Sound God Music Group. Runtown expected things to go back to the way they were, but realistically, there was no way that was ever going to happen. You see, when an artist tries to force his way out of a record label, the career of that artist never remains the same again. I don't know how these record labels do it, but the moment you say you want to get out, they come together and blacklist you in the music industry.
That's true, because record label most of the time they are also promoters, so they will cut your network, they will cut short of your network where nobody else can promote you, and you have to try to promote yourself. This was the same thing that happened um to Brimo from Chocolate City, because when Brimo left Chocolate City, he had a very dirty, messy fallout with Audu Makori, who was the then Chocolate City president. And after that, even Brimo at some point had to even come online to complain that Audu is really cutting short of his career, and Audu has warned other people not to even invite Brimo to perform in any show. That's how bad it was. The good thing about Brian was that he was very vocal, and he is still very vocal about his controversies. So there's a limit to which they can harm him or they can hurt him, because they know that he's going to say it to the public. But there are some guys that are not that type of people, where they don't like to air out their issues in public, And Runtown, look at him, he's a calm, collected guy. So it's not that type of guy. I don't even know the situation of Runtown, but I can understand when your label blacklists you, especially after months. So this one was really dirty because it was after months of legal battle. So it was literally fighting his former label, and you can imagine all the promoters that Eric Mani has. And the fact that Eric Mani could even pull a gun out for him, it means that he can threaten a lot of labels. So even if the labels want to work with Runtown, they are scared of Eric Mani, because to pull out a gun on someone means that the guy is deadly, and the guy, is dangerous. Man.
We have seen it happen to the likes of Lil Kesh, Mohbad, Lighter, Ricardo Banks, and so many talented artists. And sadly as I might sound, this was the same fate that befell on Runtown. For someone who was easily pulling in 100 million views not quite long ago, he was now struggling to get just 1 million views on some of his songs. The more Runtown dropped new music, the more his numbers continued to decrease. Runtown decided to take a break from music, and after 1 year away from the music scene, he announced his return by releasing a brand new album. Fans were excited about the album. They felt that maybe this was how Runtown would get his career back. But despite the anticipation, the album couldn't help resurrect Runtown's dying career. That was the final straw that Runtown could take. The message he was getting was that people were no longer feeling his songs like they used to. Since the release of his heavily criticized album in 2022, Runtown has completely disappeared with no trace.
So he dropped an album in 2022. I didn't even hear of the album. That's how bad it was. Like, I didn't even know Runtown dropped an album in 2022, which means that its promotion, there was a very big gap in its promotion. And of course, you can also attribute it to his former record label, because that's what happens. No promoters don't want to work with you and everything because it's blacklisted. Yeah, so
succeeding as a solo artist in the music industry has never been an easy task, but with the talents that he has, I do believe that Runtown can make a major comeback in the music scene. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed watching this, please subscribe to the channel for more interest.
Alright, I think we've gotten the message. Runtown had a very bad messy record label dispute that affected his career in more ways than one. So that's why Runtown career is down, and that's why man has just been ghost. He has been out of the scene. It's not easy when you're up there and you now come down. It's hard to adjust or climb back up. So I think the best thing for Runtown so far is to find a way to affiliate himself with another record label. For example, try to do something with maybe Don Jazzy, or find another record label that can actually help you get more people to do songs with, features and all those things. So I don't know. He knows what his journey and he knows how he wants to move. But I hope he comes back because he's really a bundle of talent and he had really big songs, and it's not too late to really push back, Runtown. So this is my own take on this. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me your take on it. I'll go by the name is Cosprince. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Now, with that being said, my people, peace.